Journeys in life is always hard. You never know where that pitfall gonna come, where our dark road go run to. But for today, this is a very special moment. This moment is about women being able to be vulnerable, to being able to open up and to share and have insight and to share their insight of what it means to hurt, what it means to lose someone. How do you cope with it? How do you open up to yourself? Because oftentimes we keep things concealed, but we know we try to find a way to let it loose. We've been on a journey with this Voices of the Unheard Tears since 2019. We talk about pitfalls. I cried many of times trying to put it together, wondering about how I'm gonna make it. But through all life, we always know that it takes good people to surround yourself with. So I found some good people along my journey to surround myself with to say, hey, let's push this thing together. And we are today introducing a Motivated to Help Others production, Voice of Unheard Tears. And these women, Denise, one of our co-hosts, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you. For sure. She will open up and she gonna talk. Happy. My next co-host. Oh. Nah, you good. We good. My next co-host. Okay. Sabrina. She gonna have them on the couch. And it's gonna be great. We want the audience to pay attention to the message. Listen to the message. Because that message is gonna be very instrumental into our lives, as well as your lives. My name is Fahim. We are motivated to help others, introducing Voices of the Unheard Tears. Thank you very much.
All right. So good afternoon, ladies, and all of you that are in our listening audience. Like Fahim said, my name is Dr. Brand. I am here with Denise, my beautiful co-host, to welcome you all to the first episode of Voices of the Unheard Tears. We are here focusing on the impact that loss has on us as women, as a community, as families, but we're also going to focus on what it takes to heal, to recover, and to be restored. So we hope that you hear something that will not only encourage your heart, but that will motivate you to keep going. Denise, would you like to say hello and introduce our guests?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our first Voices of the Unheard Tears. And I wanted to do this today because tomorrow will be my brother's birthday, and this is in memory of him. Not only that, I have guests here that share in the same pain as I do, as my sister Brandy and my sister Donnie. And then we have Tiffany Alexander here. She lost her brother. And then we have Tiffany Brock here. She lost her sister. All of us are sitting here, except for Dr. Bree, with losses from violence. So we want to come today and just give people a little insight of how they affect not only our mothers, not only our fathers, but you affect the sisters, the brothers, the nieces, the nephews, and we want to share with everyone how this affects us. And we want Dr. Bree to help us learn how to heal from it also.
Right. And so, Denise, I love the way that you introduced the commonality, right? Because for the time that we're together, we're united. If you hurt, I hurt, right? And that's good news because if you heal, then I heal too.
Come on.
So we are here to not only sit in the tension of our pain, but we're also here to sit in the anticipation of our healing.
Yes.
One thing I tell people, and I want to say this now and get it out the way, grief is not ever something that you get over. Mm-hmm. It's something you learn to live with.
Yes.
And so for today, we're going to be focused on how are you living, right? And so each of you are here. We want to give you an opportunity to first get comfortable. So what I want to do is to thank you for the gift of your vulnerability.
Yes.
Right? Thank you for being here and for the gift that you're going to empower us with, which is your vulnerability. This is not an easy conversation. No. So I'm going to encourage you right now to breathe. Tiffany, breathe.
Both
Tiffany, breathe. Right? Breathe.
Inhale.
Yeah. Breathe. Right? And so as things come to your mind that you want to share, do that. As tears flow, let them flow. There's a scripture in the Bible say that when you sow in tears, you reap in joy. So every tear is joy that is on long for the morning. And so what I would love to do is to give the people an opportunity to hear your voice. And would you like to say just hello?
Hello, everyone. My name is Brandy Turner Blue. Thank you for having me today. Denise is my sister. Like she mentioned, Dawn is also my sister. Um, Walter was our brother. We will speak on that shortly. And again, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we might as well go from sister to sister. Sister.
Well, I'm Don, better known as Donnie. Walter was my brother. I've also lost my child's father in the process. It's something that you kind of become numb to, or you really don't know how to process it. But with God, God helped me begin to process it and heal in a healthy way.
I love that.
So, and that's what I would like to do and share with everybody.
I love that. And we're looking forward to hearing more about that. And Tiffany, y'all gonna rock, paper, scissors, or who going first?
No, it don't matter. You want to go first, Leah?
My name is Tiffany Brock, and I lost my sister November 2021, and just trying to get through the steps of navigating because I also lost my mom the same way. So just trying to navigate life and get a better understanding of it because I know that she would want me to continue my steps.
I love that.
And I'm Tiffany Alexander. I lost my brother Micah in 2014. And that just trying to deal with that, you know, and go on with it, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to say everything everybody else got to say, and I went on the right road.
All right. So listen, you both of you ladies said something that is really akin to the time that we're living in. The reality is we might be here with one particular loss in mind, but we've experienced multiple losses.
Yes.
Right? We thought 2024 was gonna come in here and sit down and act like it had some sense, but 2024 has been unbelievable. And so what we're dealing with is multiple layers of grief. It's not just one. And if we're not conscious of it, we will become numb. Right? But I think it was Donnie that said, or no, it was Tiffany that said, she knows that her mother will want her to go on. And so when we talk about shifting out of grief, one of the ways we do that is to focus on honoring those that we've lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's one way to keep one foot in front of the other. And so, starting with Denise, I would love it if you could think of a way you would like to share with us. How have you honored Walter?
Well, speaking of his birthday being tomorrow, although I've been trying not to focus so much on birthdays, but this was something that we shared every year. So I felt like today would be a perfect day to honor him because we always did something every year for his birthday. Like we went to summer jam. So that was our little thing. And you know, my brother was always the life of the party. So it was like anytime I went somewhere, 9 times out of 10, my brother was with me or with us.
Yeah.
And he social butterfly. So, you know, it's like that he was let's see, don't get him mad though because he could be mean too, but you know, other than that, he was, like I said, a social butterfly, so everybody loved to be in his company. You know, it was like he used to come to the salon with me before he passed away, and I would walk in the shop and they'd be like, what Walter at? If he didn't come with me, and I'd be like, wait a minute, y'all want Walter to do your hair, me? Like, you know, so it's like he just had that spirit about him, and you know, it's I love to think about that.
Okay.
When I'm going through my things, I think about my brother and how he would if I was sad or if I was mad, he would be mad. Like, what you mad for? Like, he didn't want me to be mad.
He get mad at you for being mad?
He'd be mad at me for being mad. Don't cry. It's about to be a problem. Okay. So it was like, those are the things that I always think about with my brother. But now, like my sister said, God helped me. Yeah. With my whole process. The whole process. Because it was really it's 20 years for me now. Okay. And now that I understand what life is about, we don't go through death. We have to deal with it because this is part of life. Absolutely. And me doing my job to be able to see my brother again is my most important thing now. Okay. So that's the journey that I'm on. And it's like my hope to see my brother again is what makes me clean up my act and do what I'm doing now.
Okay. So you've taken us where we're going, but I want to slow us down.
Okay.
Because it sounds like what I heard you say is that you honor him by being social and by keeping an up spirit.
Absolutely.
Did I hear you right?
Yes.
All right. Is there anyone else that would like to share how you're honoring your loved ones? Yes.
I'll share. Like you mentioned, there are multiple people that we are grieving. Yeah. Not only did I lose my brother, I also lost my mother January of 2023. So that's really, really fresh and yes. I said I wasn't gonna cry today, but I don't know how that's gonna be possible. But the way I felt like I honored both of them is like by just continuing to have a bond with my family and with my loved ones. Like, the loss of my brother just made me just want to love my sisters even more because it's just that friendly reminder that
all we got.
And they were both really family oriented, like really love their family, their children, their siblings, their parents. And so I try to continue on to be that type of person, like in honor of both of them.
I love that. So you honor by leaning into your family. Mm-hmm, I love that. Anybody else?
I think I honor my mother by changing my life. Like, just kind of like.
You better testify.
I
felt chills when you said it.
I came a long, long, long way.
Yeah.
And I just feel like, he wanted so much trust.
Yeah.
And I just want to make him proud. Like, my brother was a mommy's boy. Like, I'm not gonna say mama's because he was a mommy's boy. And when he passed, I think that's what triggered my mom to have cancer. And I knew my brother wouldn't want that, like her to, leave yet. So I fought for my mom wherever I could jump in. I couldn't fight the cancer, but I made sure wherever you needed me to jump in, I'm used to jumping in, about mine. So everywhere that I could, I was there, and I saved my mom. Like, I saved her for him and for us.
Okay. That's right. That's beautiful. Thank you. Anybody else? And if not, that's okay. We got other questions. The next question, and anybody can answer it. When you think about how you've grown, right? Because that's one thing about loss. It has the ability to grow us up and grow us up quick, right? And so when you think about how you've grown, even in your grief journey, if you want to encourage people that are watching that are maybe just at the beginning of their grief journey, encourage them by telling them, how has grief grown you up? How are you better, stronger, wiser since your loss? We call that beauty for ashes or roses born out of the concrete.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Go ahead, Don.
So with grief, it has many phases. I can remember just being angry at everybody and everything, and also drinking alcohol to the point where just drunk and ended up in the hospital before with an IV in my arm. And it wasn't until I started to serve God with my whole heart, mind, body, and soul is when I started to heal in a healthy way.
Yeah.
And grief just takes you on this journey of being up one day, down the next. Also watching your mother in the same process and not really being able to console her. So with Christ helped me be able to kind of counsel my mom as well, when she will allow me. But, everybody has levels to their grief. I can remember being like Tiff on the side of me where I, I cried every day, all day, in my sleep. And, you know, friends of mine would say, I didn't want to come see you because I knew that you was just crying all the time, and it's just really a process. But it's like a sickness that there's no pill, no alcohol, no joint, nothing really takes it away. But prayer, So that's when I really started to go into my word and see what it means in the word to grieve and have those scriptures on my heart when those moments came up because it's just all of a sudden sometimes. So I, I I give you guys your flowers for being able to cry and you know to me when I cried I felt like I felt better, but again, I couldn't stop. So
It's a never ending life cycle.
yeah.
It gets better.
It definitely gets better.
It do get better.
It gets better. And sometimes we have to choose to feel better. Right? Is this a choice? And Don, you mentioned something, and Denise, you alluded to it, so I want to hear you speak about this next. But it's what's anchoring you in your grief, right? If you don't have something to anchor you, whether it's grief, whether it's hard times, tribulations, or whatever, we will get tossed about, right? And so, what anchored you, Denise?
Well, like my sister Brandy said, we tried to be close knit as a family because that's at the end of the day, really, when you're going through something, that is all you got. Like she said, friends would be like, I don't want to come around because you crying all the time. They don't want to see you crying. They want to come because you happy, usually. Now I'm going through something, so I'm not happy. I'm mad, so they don't want to be around. But your family kind of builds you up and we try to stick together, which is very important, because when you're in even like what God says in a gathering setting, if we could talk, if we can encourage, if we can laugh a little,
Sure.
because it's like with all of us, like she said, she lost her daughter's father through gun violence also. And then with us going through that, she said she was angry all the time. That's pretty much how everybody feel. And then when you have people like people was taunting her and sending messages and all kind of stuff. She don't know who, you know, did that to her sister. So we have to still live out there with these people when we don't know. Like my brother was supposed to be a mistaken identity, but still, when you make a mistake, you can't. It's over. You can't bring it back. You can't unmake it. So it's like I feel like coming to both of the Tiffany's, and I had another one that was supposed to be on the panel too. We all share that same. That's another way I anchored it too. I like reaching out to them and just. Even if I see a post or something and they say something about their brothers, I chime in because I share that same hurt.
Yeah. You mentioned grief and the anger, right? And so one of the things that helps us process our grief is to have it normalized. Right, because sometimes grief will get so heavy you'll think you're going crazy. Oh, right. Listen,
yes,
you felt that way before.
I really went crazy for 4 years.
So let me normalize. There are 5 emotional states that are commonly associated with grief: anger, denial. This can't be happening. Depression. I'm so sad this is happening. bargaining. God, if you just fix it, if you just do this, I'll do anything, right? We're trying to make a deal. And then acceptance. This is really doggone happening, right? And the thing about it is, there is no linear steps. You don't do 1, 2, and 3.
No.
You can hit all 5 of them in the same day.
Yeah, you do.
You can go from acceptance to anger, back to depression, back to anger.
Yes.
That's normal.
Yeah.
But I will say this, it's not until we get to a place, and I love that Tiffany said, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because this is
Yeah.
an individual journey,
Yeah.
and you get there when you get there.
Yeah.
The important thing is that you allow yourself to get there.
Yes.
Right? But it's not until we get to that final stage of acceptance where we anchor there, the other side of acceptance, this is really happening, is when we get to a place where we can accept it, and then we can let go of what was in order to embrace what is to come. Because there's more to come.
Yes.
Right? Denise started this off talking about her faith, her ultimate anchor.
That's the ultimate anchor. Yeah. That's the one that helped me all the way. It's like, and really what helped me was the hope of even just seeing my brother again. That's my whole, that will change my whole life. I want to walk different. I want to talk different. I want to appear different. I want to talk to God more. I want to learn everything about him. I want to try to do everything that they're telling us to do, because he's saying that he's giving us a ransom. He gave a ransom already for our everlasting life, and that it's a possibility that I can see my brother again.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and don't get me wrong, I want to see my grandmother and my grandfather and all, but when I say I want to see my brother, that, like, I'm like, you know, I sometimes feel like, well, you want to just see Walter. No, I don't want to just see Walter, but my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gone too soon.
Yeah.
I wasn't done with him.
Yeah.
I need my brother. You know, I needed him. You
So
know?
part of your anchor is the living to see him again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's my ultimate anchor.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about when we opened up the show, and you acknowledged that each of you all had a sibling loss.
Yes.
And you said, and Dr. Bree is here to help.
Yes.
Right? But listen, Dr. Bree is human too.
Now, come on.
Quiet as it's kept, I lost my brother at the end of May.
What?
This year.
What?
His funeral was June 29th. And so I want to speak his name, because y'all spoke y'all siblings' names. So my brother Chris passed. And like you, I have a hope over in glory that we're going to see each other.
Come on, man.
Right? My brother, when he passed, right when he was passing, and I had to do some things to finalize my education, and I was like, I'm not going, because I want to be here. And one of his final things he said to me was, finish the work. Finish the work. And he said it just above a whisper. So every now and then when I start to get low, now we talking, I'm a month out.
A month.
I'm a month out. But I'm sitting here, why? Because I got to finish the work. Right? So that's how I honor.
Yeah.
And it's also how I keep going.
Now.
Because if I didn't have the work to finish, I wouldn't get out of bed.
No.
If I didn't have the work to finish,
Yes.
I couldn't sit here and talk to you
No.
about the hope that we have, that we won't get over it.
No.
You said 20 years, right? And grief is the price we pay to love.
Yeah.
And so to get over it means that, you know what? It wasn't that great of a love. So we live, sometimes second by second, moment by moment, one foot in front of the other. Did that trigger a thought for any of you ladies?
I feel like I don't know. I'm at the alone stage. I feel so alone. Like, she was my mom, my sister, my best friend, everything. And I feel like I have to start trying to re-navigate my life at 51.
Yeah.
Because I always had the voice of reason, the voice of confidence, the voice of care, the voice of, I got you. And so when you don't have that one thing and her being my mother figure also. Oh God, I don't
Yeah.
know. I just want to get to a space where I feel like how I hear Didi say 20 years. I don't want to feel like this in 20 years.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I can hold my head up high and she's like, walk, sister.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the strength. The family thing she says, like, you really want your family there, but do they really be there?
Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. She
And I don't have a there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to navigate how to be there for myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's taking every day and every strength. And I'm glad that I have just God in my life, because I don't think if I had that, I would be able to stretch myself in the manner that I need to stretch myself. So
For sure.
I love that I'm here, because this is giving me like even a little strength that when I step out these doors, I know that I'm not alone.
Yes.
And that's what I need you to lead into. First of all, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You spoke, you got that thing outside of your body. Breathe that out, right? You said something. You said, I feel like. And one of the things I tell my patients all the time, feelings aren't facts. You can feel alone, but that doesn't mean you are.
Absolutely.
Right? That's just a feeling. When you said, I'm so glad I got God in my life, I was like, yes. Because if you didn't have that, like, I don't know, you might be alone. Right? But the word says, I'll never leave you, nor forsake you. I will be with you always, even until the end of the earth. So if God is for you, you're never alone. Right? But you also said something that is very true. Grief changes you.
Yeah.
It will make you reevaluate your life, your circle. It will make you shift some things, right? And so maybe you said she was my there. You get to be there. God gets to now be your there, right? But if you feel like you're being changed, molded in a different way, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's what it does to you.
Right?
And then you can be somebody's there too.
Yes.
Once you gonna get stronger, and once you do, you gonna have to be somebody stronger, somebody's anchor. You gonna be able to help them, because we walk in that walk. We walk in it, and we here for you too.
Yeah.
To make you strong.
You
I can be your sister too. Not can't never be Meech, but you know I can be your big sister. That she was with me all the time, always. You already know.
Yeah.
And crying is healthy.
It
For
is.
you to release it.
It is.
I can't hold it in. I wear my feelings on my sleeve, and you have to release. I have one more sister.
Yeah.
We share the same mom, and she's not a very emotional person. She holds it in and it comes out
In other ways, behaviors and stuff.
And she always tells me like she's so happy that I can cry and that I'm able to release it,
Yeah.
because it's healthy for
Yes.
us to be able to do that.
And then you're like in the, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You like in the beginning stages, like too, still, like this is normal. You gonna feel like you can't breathe every time. You gonna always have that extra breath. That even today, right now, like I still feel like I breathe different than everybody, and I don't know if it's true, but every time I have to take that, like and it's multiple times a day. Like I just take an extra breath than everybody else, because I feel like, at that point, how was I supposed to breathe with no air? Like, it hurts so bad. You in the beginning stages, they said grief. Well, I know for a fact, I've talked to other people that lost loved ones, and that's so weird to me that it took me 4 years to even be able to talk about my brother without crying, to even hear his name, to hear songs that was played that reminded me of him, smells, anything. I would just bust out crying, because I felt like he was supposed to be here. My brother never got to have a kid, anything. I don't have nothing else left for him but ashes, So it was like, at that point where you at, I was still like you. You know what I'm saying? But I was angry. Like she said, I had people taunting me and everything. So I'm talking mess of that back. Like, you killed my brother. How you gonna taunt me and you stole from me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said when I said I lost my mind for 4 years, because I could have got myself hurt or anything. I had PTSD, and it was like to where I didn't want my kids riding with me. That's why I didn't come here with nobody still to this day. I don't want nobody around me like that in Vallejo. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is where it happened at. Like, I came over there, they hunted my brother down. He was shot 3 different times in a matter of 3 months. And he never even didn't even barely know these boys. So, like, you know what I'm saying? But when he wasn't having money and all this stuff, nobody cared about him. He wasn't nobody, you know what I'm saying? But when you start to expand and do stuff and now you flexing and all of this and they seeing that, now they become worried about you. So I just feel like, you where you are supposed to be right now. Yes. You still haven't accepted it or anything, but you will. Yeah. You will.
So as we get ready to wrap, because this is something that's very heavy. Yeah. And so even when we talk about grief and self-care, we didn't even really get to talk about the self-care piece of grief. You have to know how much and when, right? So some of it we take in small doses so that we don't become overwhelmed. Thank you so much for the encouragement, because what you're looking at, Tiffany, is called the other side of through. Right? They went through maybe the hard emotional part, still dealing with it, but they're at the place where they can reach back and encourage. So you'll get there. So as we get ready to wrap up this first episode, if you can, especially our sisters, can you give us one strategy, or we would call it a coping skill that you use? I love it, the breath. Like, that's very therapeutic. That's why, did you hear us breathe? Breathe. Because if you're not careful, you'll forget to breathe. Yes. Right? So that's a strategy. Denise, what's a strategy that you use that you can impart to somebody else? If you can't do nothing else, do this.
Oh, yeah. Pray.
I love it.
Pray. That's my strategy now. Like, learn and pray. Learn and pray. And talking about it, I'm learning a lot, and I talk to people a lot about it because that's an outlet for me.
Okay.
So, that's my go-to.
Okay.
Well, mine, I'm not sure if it's really healthy or not, but I try to smile to keep from crying.
Why wouldn't that be healthy?
I mean, so that's just, I prefer to smile if I can. I
love
behind the smile.
And you have one of those smiles. Just you smiling, I'm going to smile anyway. I don't even know why I'm smiling, but you smiling, so I'm going to smile. That is absolutely a strategy. We adding that to the list. Tell me about you.
Well, I know that God gives me beauty for ashes and the oil of joy for my mourning. And when my heart is heavy, I tell myself, let not my heart be troubled. And I know God, through prayer, and sometimes you can wake up and no one's around, and you can wake up in a space that's unhealthy. So I've learned how to coach myself out of unhealthy spaces before I approach the world. And I try to read my word in the morning before I make any calls or take on life. Even before logging into my computer, I am tell Christ your presence is requested, and he hears that, So that's how I cope, and when my cup starts to become empty again, I go back to Christ because I know he'll fill me up again. It's a process.
Absolutely. I love that. Your presence is requested, Jesus. That's stolen. I don't know if it was copyright, but that is stolen. Choose joy.
Joy.
Choose joy. You got one? I dare you. You got one?
Actually, mine is a reminder. So always looking at what I lost is always a reminder of why I'm here.
Yes.
Because even with my mom, her birthing me, she passed away at 2 months, and then with my sister being here, I fought 3 brain aneurysms. So I feel like even though they're gone, they are also my purpose. So looking at them at pictures, I have my sister everywhere I go. And then I also wear her. And this chain represents her ashes, her writing, God, her love of foreign cars, and her birthstone.
Okay.
And I wear this everywhere.
Okay.
Yes, I love
It's
that.
just, yeah, it's me. It's a part of me.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when our hearts are overwhelmed, right? Reach out for a strategy and choose it. As we get ready to wrap, my colors. Any final words?
Not really. I want to thank you guys for coming and sharing with us on our first podcast. And what it was about also, because like I said, with us, we all share the same thing. We all then felt that heavy heart. We all then cried all day, every day, and now I hope that we were able to uh, gracefully encourage everybody to take in prayer and God. He lean on him the hardest because he's the one that helps us the most.
Yeah. Yeah. So with I'm sorry.
So, through the grief process, I've created a nonprofit, which is Morning Moms Movement, and it's a Bible-based grief support group
I love it.
where we will come together in meetings. Every meeting will have a scripture focus, food, activities, and it will start once a month, seeing the outcome. But I felt like it's a lot of things out there for men getting out of jail and a lot of support groups for them when we as women, nothing has, well, I don't know, I'm sure it is, but there's nothing specific for us going through this. So it's a Bible-based grief support group where,
How do they find you, babe?
well, I'm getting a website.
Okay.
I'm on social media, not right now, but right now I'm just getting it together.
Okay.
Yes,
But
and
they can contact you at your Facebook.
they can contact me at my Facebook page.
That's
It's
Don.
Don Alcorn. Yeah, at
Okay.
Facebook.
And then all your information will be on
Yeah.
there shortly.
And we have to wrap, but as we come back with more and more episodes, as Don gets ready to launch this thing, we're going to keep you guys in the know about it because we want you to reach out. We want you to support, but we also want you to be supported. So as we get ready to get out of here, you guys won't get to see this, but I want you to know we're going to close this thing out in prayer. So just know that not only are we praying for these ladies, but we're praying for you too. We look forward to seeing you all next time. Have an amazing week on purpose. Good weeks don't just happen, you make them happen.
Absolutely.
Denise and I will see you next time. Say bye, ladies.
Bye.
Okay.